Oh, hi. I don't know who saw that. Anyways, my bottle like almost like slipped. Anyways, hi everyone. Right now there's Emma here. Hi Emma. Yeah, you are quite literally on time. That's so nice for me. I love that. Guys, I made the effort and like put some makeup on to like feel like I didn't just work from home all day. So that's nice for me. I guess it's just Emma here. But anyways, this is for subscribers only. So we have the platform to ourselves. Hi, Tiffany. And hi, Monica. Oh, I'm so happy. Guys, I don't know why, but I, I actually do get nervous before these lives. And I don't know why, because I feel the most comfortable with you guys ever. So that's a bit of an anomaly to me. Hi, every tongue shall confess. I wonder what your actual name is. Sometimes, guys, I see your what do you call it? Your YouTube name, but I don't actually know your name. So sometimes when you actually say your name, if you want to, that helps me remember who you are. Hi, AB22, Shalom from America, my sister. Hi, so happy. Feather 8B, yes, we caught each other on time. Every tongue shall confess. Jason, remind me of your name every time, Jason, because it's not your fault if I don't remember. It's just there's a lot of names. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering, but it's not because of you guys. It's just a lot to remember. So, hi, Jason. So nice that you're here. Hi, Eric. I'm so glad to see you too. And Trey. Hi, Trey. Doreen from Canada. Guys, I'm so happy. We're just here. Let's see if Bunny. So, I don't know. Wait. Ooh, that way? Wow. I don't know directions. Am I doing this right? This. Wow, that's weird to do it on over here. Bunny is just like chilling under the bed. Cappuccino. Bunny. I think he's just chilling. Anyways. Hi, Pia. Ah, Pia, hi. I'm so happy that you're here, Pia. And Debbie. Hi, Stefan. And Robert. And Connie and Dan. Oh, hello. And hi, Joe. I'm just gonna, there's all 37 of you guys here now, which I'm so happy about. And AB22, we are your YouTube family. Never forget. You know what? I really feel that that's true. I really do. I feel like every time I talk about, I call you guys my subscriber friends. I just feel very, very blessed. Like, very. But the reason that I'm doing this is because I literally thought like there's no way that I can just go on a 2 week like I don't know what you want to call it, content break, and not say hi to you guys because that for me is insane. Because I have interaction with you guys all the time. Like every single time that we put out a vlog, I try to comment on every single one that I can. And so I'm just happy that we're doing this because if not, it would be 2 weeks without talking to you guys. And that's just a bit unimaginable to me. Let's see. Julia, hi, Aurel, watching. What was that? Oh, it was a dog. Watching with my 3 daughters and even got my husband interested. Hi, Julia, and 3 daughters and husband who's interested. I'm so happy. I've been in California. I've been in San Francisco because my aunt used to live there, so she visits every year, and I loved it. It was very cold, but it was it was a beautiful place. California is very beautiful. Elch Chop, oh, greetings from Oklahoma. Martin K, you put a reminder on your phone not to miss it. Martina K, that makes me really happy. Yeah, Dan says you need a break once in a while. Oh, guys, only now I'm starting to understand what these like. I'm supposed to be a YouTuber, but I'm really not. Now I'm understanding what these crowns are. So when I press the crown, it says top fans, I guess. I don't know if it's fair to call you guys fans. Maybe fans of the content. Maybe that's a bit more accurate. But that's really cool for me. I just feel very it touches my heart. Eric says, I hope you can make YouTube a full-time job, full-time day job. You know what? I wish that too. And this is, I think, part of the reason why I'm doing this live with you guys, because I also just want your guys' opinion. What I want to do is actually to share with you guys. I have my phone here. Oh, also, here's my little baby nephew. Isn't he just the cutest little thing? Oh, you guys can see my reflection. Wait, isn't he so cute? His name is Lavi. I call him Lugi, and he's just the cutest little baby. Anyways, I think it means thumbs up a lot for your channel, and we share it to others. Oh, that's what it means, the crown. That's so cool. I should do some research about that because I just didn't even know what it was. Yes, he is cute. Okay, guys, let's cut to the chase. I'm gonna relax and drink some water. I wonder if you guys also like bring your drinks or something. I have water, and I have this big like jug like thing because I forget to drink. So here's to drinking water. I'm very boring in the sense that I quite literally love water. Like I love water. I think it's so yummy. Okay, let's talk for a second. I for those of you guys that don't know, bring you guys a bit closer to me. I have been doing YouTube for about, what is it, 3.5 years? Soon it'll be almost 4. And I'm sure there's some of you guys here that are maybe similar faith to mine. There's some of you that are not of the same faith at all. And Stefan says that you have coffee. That's cool. Add electrolytes to water for health. That's really smart. Maybe I should do that. But anyways, I started YouTube in October when I came back from the States. I lived in Texas for about a bit over a year. And while I was there, God told me to open a YouTube channel. And he said it twice, and he didn't give any more instructions apart from that. And so I had a background in media, in editing. So I knew I could edit, a fairly decent vlog. So I got a phone that was capable of filming that. And I basically just did like 2 test runs in the States to see what this vlog could even look like or what it even is. And I just started vlogging. So for the most part, it was just sort of my life. And also, if you guys have been here sort of from the beginning days of me coming back from Texas to Israel when my dad was still alive, that was a few months before he passed, like 6 months or 7 or something like that, then you guys could sort of raise your hand or say that you've been there from that time. But I guess basically what it was is that I just started this YouTube channel like he asked me to, without a lot of instructions. And I was doing that basically faithfully every single week for 3.5 years. And I think recently I've sort of been exposed to, or the world of like maybe Israeli influencers ish has sort of come into my world somehow. And it's actually because of you guys. I think you guys we have an overlap, Alec Pollard, Insightful Nomad, and I, with you guys, with viewers. And somehow you guys told him that we should collab, and then we did. And then from there, the doors just sort of opened wide up for me to collaborate with all these different people. And that sort of opened up my life a bit to not being just my own island, because I felt like I didn't really know Israeli YouTubers. I felt sort of inferior in different ways. And I think that sort of opened up a part of a world that I sort of like, I had something to compare myself to. Like, okay, these people do things this way. I can learn from that. That was sort of how it was. But before that, I was just sort of stumbling in the dark, if you will. I didn't have like too much of a strategy as to like where the channel was going so much, or like I just sort of like wherever I was going, I would bring you guys along. And Sometimes it would be like sit down, just talks. Sometimes it would be just my life and moving apartments or, stuff like that. And then it sort of expanded with like archaeological sites, and it got to the point where it's like became collabs, and then suddenly it was all the content, and I felt it was sort of a bit out of balance, even though the content I think was good because they were really interesting people and we went to interesting places and saw interesting things. Um, but that was sort of like the progression of everything. And it got to the point where I felt like when I looked at other YouTubers or influencers, they had a very clear message about them, like very clear. Their message was XYZ, and this is the type of content that they put out. And it felt to me like they knew what they were doing. And I felt like I didn't really know what I was doing. Not that I don't know who I am. I know who I am as a person, but it's difficult when you try to convey your world to other people when your audience becomes a bit more mixed. So I think in the beginning, probably there are more people of faith, such as my own, but I'm fully aware of the fact that there are people here that are not of the same faith as me. You know, I have Muslims here and atheists, and who knows, maybe even Orthodox or sorry, my phone, maybe Orthodox or agnostics or whoever. Like everyone is welcome here. And it just caused me to sort of wonder, how do I convey the messages that I believe in without losing who I am for other people? And I think that's sort of what's important, because my faith here in Israel is sort of rare. I'm a Messianic Jew, which means that I'm a Jew that believes in Yeshua, in Jesus, and we're only 20,000 here in Israel. In the world, we're about 1 million, but here in Israel, we're just sort of, people think we're a cult because there's just not a lot of us. um, just reading a bit of your comments. Anyways, so I think that it's important to know how to, and this might be something that I'd like you guys to hear, because I'm seeing in the comments that sometimes people don't really understand what it is to be a Messianic Jew in Israel. I think for the most part, people accept us, right? We're nice people. We work in the marketplace, we serve in the army. We're upstanding people, but also we're hated by many, and we're very much a minority and very much outnumbered. And so the name Yeshua or Jesus is highly, 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 highly rejected here. Highly. I'm not ashamed of the name of Yeshua. I'm not ashamed of my faith. If you go to my bio in my YouTube or my profile on Instagram, you will literally see that I call myself a Messianic Jew. So it's not something that I hide, but it's more something that I feel like I need to know how to convey to the world around me. And also just figure out, how do I present God in the best way possible? I am not God. I'm a human being. I'm very fallible, meaning I make mistakes, and I have weaknesses, a lot of them. But I want to get to a place in which I am able to express my faith in a way that people can understand, especially when it's so misunderstood. And so I got to the place where I was looking at different content of people, realizing that they had a very like robust, condensed message that everyone understands what they're about. And I felt like I was sort of lacking that. Um, Hi, John Boyd. Thanks for joining. Um, Someone says it's a true shame. Actually, I should know how to say your name because you told me this the last time. PBH? No, yeah, PBH, right? PBH it is a true shame how Messianic Jews are treated in the world. You work through Yeshua and God, and you're worthy of His kingdom. That's very nice of you to say. But yeah, like it's a bit complex because look, it's also one thing to just say that you're a Messianic Jew, but to walk out your faith in public is a whole completely different matter. And so there are certain things that I have written down that I would sort of like to share with you guys. Okay, so this is something that I haven't publicly said yet anywhere. Um, but you can see, actually, I don't know if I can share this with you guys in some kind of way so that you can look at it with me. I wonder if there's a way to do that. Okay, when I just did this, does the screen become black or do you guys still see me? Let me know now so that if I need to. Okay, you guys can still see me. Let's see if I can actually share this with you guys. I don't know if it's possible or not. I don't even know what I'm doing, but you guys can look at this with me. I don't know if you guys have full access to it now and can actually edit it. But anyways, we have this here and you guys can look at it with me together. I don't know if this is the wisest thing in the world to do, but you guys can let me know if you can actually open that or not. It says we need access. Okay. I don't know if I can just open up the access. Anyone with the link? Okay, wait a second. This is funny. I feel like I'm at like a business meeting. Okay, guys, try this one. Try this link for a second. If I see your name pop up, oh yay. Okay, guys, I'm trusting that you guys won't just like change what I wrote because I actually want to go through it with you guys. But there's sort of just a few different categories that I sort of understood that I need to look at in order to be faithful to this channel. So if you guys want to either listen or go with it through me together, go through it with me together. So the first one is this is actually in no particular order. Okay, actually, let me just see the chat instead of that. Okay, so if you guys can't also like look at the same time, you can listen because it's not too difficult to follow. You can see some of you guys are already on it, but basically, I just sort of made like 6 categories of things that I'm thinking that I need to pay attention to. Okay, so this isn't in any particular order, but the gist is this. Okay, so the first one is integrity / growth of character and body. So physically active, inferiority complex, and people before projects, meaning the character of the prophet Daniel. And I'll explain to this. Okay, I'll explain it. So I feel like there's a certain amount of accountability that you have when you put your life out on the internet. I'm not some kind of crazy famous person or celebrity that it would matter in the sense of like my effect isn't insanely great, but it's great enough. You know, if you have an audience of one person, you are affecting a world. And I take that very seriously. So I feel like I've not been doing a very good job at being physically active. I feel like I failed in that. I feel like I failed in that. I don't want to be too hard on myself because I'm sure that this is a problem that a lot of people deal with. But for me, it's important to take care of the body that I have because I realize that if I want to actually continue to create videos or go to cool places, then I need to be able to do this. I'll show you guys something that because I'm on a content break, I haven't been able to upload that this is going to happen. But within All Israel News, I hired my good friend Levi from Discover Israel, Tour with Levi. And we basically just like, can you guys see that? We basically like went on a hike in different places. And we're seeing places and we're going to really cool places, okay? Like amazing places. But in order to get there, like you literally have to hike. You have to hike like crazy. My knees are not good because I've not been doing physio. My legs were cramping because I didn't drink enough water before, and I was doing a lot of exercise, way more than I'm used to. I'm panting, my heart is like this, and I'm just like, wow, I'm out of shape. And I used to be like a hiker. I used to climb, mountains, and it was great. And I feel like I put myself to shame the other day because I'm not moving my body like I should, and there's absolutely no reason for it in actuality apart from fear. And so I think that's just sort of something that I want to deal with. Okay, moving on to the next point. Inferiority complex. I think you guys know me very well by now to know that I am not the most confident of people, and that I'm growing in confidence, that I'm learning to have confidence in God and just natural confidence as a woman, as a person. And I feel like Bunny. Oh, Cuppy. Anyways, there's Bunny. He decided to join. Hi, Cuppy. Want to sit with me, Cuppy? Cuppy, sit with me. Anyways, I feel like when I look at the lives of, and I'm not saying that I am like these people in the Bible, but these people in the Bible were just normal people in a sense that were chosen for difficult things. And we all have those things in our life, and we're all confronted with our weaknesses. So I think about Moses when God sends him to free the Israelites, and he says, send someone else because I can't speak and I'm not good at this. And then you have Gideon that was very, very fearful, and God made him brave. And you have just all these different people that they're not super confident, and God still asked them to do something. And I don't want to be like Saul. Saul had the fear of men instead of the fear of God, and he ended up making huge mistakes that cost him dearly in his leadership. And so I feel like I'm not dealing well with my inferiority complexes and all the things that I feel insecure and that I want, and I'm committing and taking accountability before you guys to actually deal with those things so that I don't feel like I am not worthy of success. You know what I mean? Right, Bunny? Yeah. Anyways, Bunny's just gonna chill behind me. So I'm wanting to deal with that. I'm wanting to also just be accountable to you guys that that's what's going on. And then the last thing is something that I am also committing to is people before projects. This is something that I've learned from my first formal boss. His name is Asher Intrader. You guys probably know him from either Revive Israel or Tikkun Global. Asher Intrader was my first boss. I still see him as like a type of spiritual father to me, and he taught us people before projects that you don't throw people under the bus of different projects or ministry or conferences or scheduling, that is just absolutely unacceptable. And so I feel like that's also something that I'm committed to doing. And that part in which I say Daniel, I see Daniel as the prophet Daniel in the Bible, that it's said about him that they couldn't actually find any fault in him apart from the fact that they didn't like his God. And I aspire to be a person who has integrity of character, that I walk uprightly with dignity and professionalism and grace, um, so that if someone doesn't like me, it's the only reason that they can find fault in me is because they just don't like the God that I serve, but not because of my character or my behavior. That's number one. Okay, let's go to number two. Revenue donation. So maybe I can actually pull this up for you guys so you can see. There's something called YouTube Studio. Okay, it sort of looks like this. Oops. You guys can see you have the subscribers, your revenue, the amount of views that you have. Here you have revenue for like the last 28 days. And if I look at my revenue, how do I do this? Since like always in the lifetime of my YouTube career, let's just say I've made $885 or something like that. Okay. I tithe on everything on all of my income. Okay. So tithing is basically I give 10% back to God, so that either goes to, in service of God, so like a donation to someone who needs it or charity or something like that. And I feel like something that I need to do, something that I need to do, and you guys can see it if you're looking at the sheet here, is that I need to donate my revenue. I'm thinking right now, and this is all subject to change. I'm still praying and pondering over these things, but donate my revenue for at least 6 months to like 50% to two things. So 50% to IDF soldiers who are suffering from PTSD, and then 50% to something that has to do with Jewish Arab relations. Within something that I know and I trust, and I know that it's going to something good. So that is really important to me. I don't know how long that will be. I'm just trying to find the right organizations to donate to. So, quite literally, everything that I make off of YouTube for the next 6 months will all go to those to donations, basically. Um, and so that's something that I'm considering to do. I feel like it's the right thing to do. If you guys know of certain organizations, feel free to put their like names in the chat, because I'm willing. I've been looking and searching, but I don't know entirely which one to choose. I love water. Um, okay, moving on. Scheduling. This is something that I don't know what to say that I'm apprehensive about. I'm just thinking how to do it. Okay. Now that I've done this, like I'm halfway through this content break. Okay, so it's been like 1 week. It has felt like the longest week ever, as if I've like done a lot or experienced a lot, and I don't feel as like jittery, because you have to understand that when you upload content, you also have to maintain a relationship with those that you're uploading for, which means that you're constantly on the apps, and you're constantly answering messages or uh, answering comments, and I'm on it all the time, and my brain is on it all the time, and so I keep opening the app to the point where my thumbs hurt, like it's not normal. And so this week has caused me to sort of feel like, wow, wait a second. I used to have weekends also. Like I work and I film during the week, and then the only time I have to edit is on the weekend. So sometimes I don't have a weekend. Like, so what happens here is, just looking at your comments. Swedish Girls on Adventure. Hi, adventures. When will you go on vacation? It's well deserved. I really need a vacation so bad. So bad. Um, Edward says that his birthday is next Sunday. Everyone say happy birthday to Edward. Happy birthday, Edward. Let us know how old you're going to be if you want to. Um, anyways, I realized that I'm always on the apps, and always on YouTube Studio to answer you guys. And when I've taken this break, I suddenly felt like I had a weekend. I spent all day, like half the day next to the pool and reading and just relaxing. Friday for us is sort of like a half-ish day that you're just sort of rushing to get errands done and cleaning the house, or people cook or stuff like that. And then you have Sabbath dinner in the evening. And so oftentimes it's like it's not really a day off. Then the only day you have off is Sabbath. And then sometimes if I can't, anyways, I don't really have a weekend because I'm editing. And sometimes I edit all day on the weekend, and it's not ideal when you've been doing that for 3.5 years. It literally means that I don't really have a lot of weekends. And I don't think that that's healthy. So if you're looking at the sheet, scheduling wise, this is what I'm thinking. And I actually need to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat. I'm going to wait for you guys to comment. And also for those of you guys that don't usually comment, because let's see, there's about, as of now, 82 of you guys here. Small portion of the almost 10,000 that we have on the channel. But your voice matters. Okay, your voice matters to me. So here's what I'm asking of you. Okay, this is what I'm thinking as far as scheduling goes. I'm thinking of doing 3 vlogs. Okay, so just like we're doing now, 3 vlogs, and then instead of a vlog, I'll do a live. Right now, I'm thinking sort of on the same day I put out a vlog. It could be a different day, like maybe on the weekend, maybe not. But 3 vlogs, and then like a break, and then a chat. 3 vlogs, a chat. What I will add is that sometimes I will do like random, simply edited vlogs and just publish it on a midweek, not necessarily on a particular day, but sort of like when I feel inspired to, and it will probably be something more like a sit down talk, or like life updates, or like what I'm learning from the Bible, what I'm going through with God, something like that. Something super simple that I can just sort of flow with and sort of give you guys more content, but it's not a full on vlog that requires me to film for hours during the week and then edit for 8 hours during the weekend. You know, it's something that will take me, I don't know, an hour and a half max, because I just need to reduce my hours a bit. Um, and then I'll continue to do non-scheduled lives. So quite literally, if I'm somewhere interesting and I want to pop on the screen and say hi to whoever's there can join. Or just, I don't know, I feel chatty and miss you guys and want to talk, then I'll just talk. And whoever can join can join. So that's sort of where I'm heading with it. Aaron says, yay, I caught your live. Woohoo. How have you been, my friend? Thank you so much for being here, Aaron. I'm so happy. So let me know, guys, what you think about scheduling. I am going to put this in the chat right now again, so you guys can see. So basically 3 vlogs and then 1 live, and then random, simply edited vlogs that come out randomly on a midweek, and non-scheduled lives. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I know that this is different. It could also be that I might change the upload day from a Sunday to a Monday. I actually have to check, because in the beginning, guys, and I haven't, here's where you sort of have to be mindful of what's happening. In the beginning of my YouTube journey, the audience, or you guys, would appear mainly on a Sunday, and that was sort of like the strong like time where people are on. You guys can sort of see that's sort of how it works on YouTube. So like you have like different days, and the purple shows you how, like, when people are on YouTube the most. It used to be that all of you guys were just like mainly on a Sunday. And so I would just upload on a Sunday when most people were on. But now I can see that Monday is basically just as strong. And it helps me when I have an extra day to edit. So like I could edit on a work day instead, and then put it out for you guys on a Monday. Let's see. You guys are so encouraging. Wow. Just reading your comments. You are so amazing. You're so amazing. Juan says, no objection from me, as long as it does not interfere with your relationship with God and spending time with Him. Aaron says, I feel whatever works best for you. As true friends, we'll back you up and be here for you. You guys are amazing. Joe says, do what's best for your schedule. You have to put you and God first. People will watch your content no matter what. My gosh. John says, whatever you choose is okay with me. I enjoy it all. Guys, you are quite literally the best. I didn't know how you guys would react to this, because, you know, I know people have their schedules or their expectations, and then when you change something, then, you know, people find it hard. But I really do feel like if I want to do this long term, I have to figure out a way to also rest in life. Like I can't just be on my phone all the time, or just like, and that's also something I want to sort of like apologize in advance, because I want to talk to you guys and I want to get to all the comments, but sometimes I can't. And it could be that I'll have to not comment as often, because with growth, maybe now I can maintain it, but with growth and, hopefully one day I'll be married, and hopefully one day I'll have kids, and maybe I'll still have this vlog, and I won't be able to maintain the same thing. And I sort of have to get to the point where I'm okay with knowing that some people will not appear anymore because I'm less here, quote unquote, and be grateful for those who choose to stay, like a lot of you guys are doing. You guys are the sweetest. Oh my gosh. You're the sweetest. I love you guys so much. Swedish Girls on Adventure. I hope you still will have this vlog when you get married. You know what, love? Just just pray that I get married. Just pray that I find someone. I don't even know what to say about that. But you guys are amazing. Okay, moving on to 4. Let's see, what's this? Wow, you guys are just the most encouraging people. You guys should know that every single time that I upload a vlog, um, your your comments really are a great example to the people that I collab with, because they always say, "Wow, the people in the comments are amazing. Your subscribers are like amazing." And I say, "Yes, they absolutely are. They are the absolute best." I feel like I've stumbled upon the best crowd. You guys are the best crowd, honestly. Okay, moving on to content. This is number 4 for those of you guys who um, are sort of on this. Content. Actually, maybe I'll just sort of like put this here. As far as content goes, I haven't found, oops, I haven't found anything way too different about what I want to do with content. Um, I feel like this is the gist of it. Okay, so in general, it's probably always going to be like a bit of vlog of my life in general, like just my life in Israel. I haven't done a lot of that in a while. A lot of the vlog recently has been sort of like subjects instead of you just watching me just like go about life, because honestly my life has been sort of like out and about, so that's sort of what I vlog. But I'd like to sort of hone in the sort of like a home feeling that we started with, and feel like we have that personal, like you guys see me in my natural habitat. And I think that that sort of matters. um, Where's my comment? I'll pin it for a second for you guys. So my comment is pinned at the top so you guys can see. And then the other subject is also within that, there's sort of like like spiritual life, right? So like my faith in God. Um, and then the next thing is sort of reporting and journalism. And that sort of comes within my job, right? So I work for All Israel News. Not going to tell you guys yet who I might actually work for as well. I might have a new client that might send me to new places that could be very exciting. But I just report and journal, and so and do journalism, and so they don't mind me vlogging, as long as it's not on the expense of whatever, and the material is different. So anywhere I go, I just sort of show you guys what's happening. Um, and then there's archaeological sites. So also within my job, or sometimes within just life, I go to different places, and that's just really nice to show you guys these places. And then the last thing, which suddenly became a thing, is collabs. I don't know how many more of those I will do. I don't know what my options are, but sort of introducing new faces and new characters to the vlog. Um, and so that's something that I would like to continue to do. If you guys know different YouTubers that you think would be a great collab, and you want to recommend, do that. Good things happen when people do that. Alec Pollard and I, found that sort of connection through you guys, and it opened up the door for the rest. And so, yeah, please, tell me also, like, okay, let's also just, you guys can tell me who from all of the collabs you guys have enjoyed the most. I think that's also fun to see the type of content that you like, because all of them are a bit different from each other, and I think that that's sort of fun. Someone is talking about Yair Pinto. So Yair Pinto is my brother-in-law's best friend. I've known Yair's not very, very well, like just sort of like casually since we were all teenagers. Potentially we could collab. Um, I don't know exactly in what way. I mean, he is a journalist from TBN Israel, and that would be interesting to see if we would collab, what we would do. Rhoda and Sergio, yeah, they seem to be so wonderful. Their vlogs are wow. Um, I am sort of, here's my inferiority complex coming up. I would love to meet them in general, but also just to learn from their vast knowledge. I think that would be amazing. Um, so yeah, if you guys can talk, can yeah. Tiffany says Levy, yeah, you went to Jerusalem with. Yeah, Levy's great. Levy and I became really good friends. Also within like our friend group, we've all sort of like become friends and introduced new people. I just did um, basically a whole day of travel with Levy. If you guys don't know who Levy is, you can go to the vlog, but you can also search him up on Discover Israel Tour with Levy. He's a spectacular tour guide, like a great tour guide. And I'm like, I need to use this person's knowledge. Um, I've had this dream sort of a while ago to do like basically like a travel show, and I was going to have that with Israel Today, budget issues, XYZ, and now I'm sort of offering it to All Israel News to see if this pilot could sort of work, of like Levy taking me to places that you do not see anywhere. Like it's not on a tour, it's not a typical place. It's just these like places that you don't go, places that are somewhat dangerous. You would literally never go to these places. And so I basically hired Levy for All Israel News to do a full day of filming so that I can pitch this offer to All Israel News. So you guys should, if you're not following All Israel News, go and follow them on YouTube so you guys can see that type of video. But yeah, I think the best collabs are the ones with whom you feel the most comfortable with. That's really true. That's really true. Um, yeah, I think all of these people are really great. I also just loved hanging out with Josh. Josh is really he's very funny. I think he might have a bit of like dry, like slightly cynical humor, but we just had a fun day, like a really fun day. And he's also a really good guy. So you guys can go to Josh's Instagram as well. It's Josh underscore A, something like that. If you guys want to, you can find it through my Instagram. But yeah, I just love that. Maybe Tal the traveling clat. I actually spoke a bit to Tal on a different issue. I was asking his advice about something like YouTube collab related, but not him and I. I watch his stuff. He's a great inspiration to me of as far as like how to use your giftings on YouTube. I think that he's amazing with that. So if you guys don't know who Tal is, his name is Tal Oran, the traveling clat. You can find him on YouTube, on Instagram. I think he started his journey doing a lot of actual, like traveling, and he does a lot of that now. But he also does right now like a lot of commentary. So like political Israel-related commentary. So Tad from the Traveling Clat is, I think, he's an amazing source. And he's also just a nice guy. He just gave me the time of day for this question that I had regarding something very specific. I'm like, can I ask your advice, because you've been doing this a lot longer than me? And he was really nice to just talk to me on the phone for like, I don't know, a good 20 minutes when he was like traveling and trying to get back home from Iran, and like to because of Iran and like stuff like that. So that was actually very nice of him. So I don't know him well, but I know that he was just just a very nice guy to me. So, and I know that him and Josh are good friends, and so that makes me happy to see Josh hang out with a good friend of his. Someone boho believer. I know that people. This is something that came up in the comments a lot on the Levy vlog. Levy and I are not together. We are not a couple. We have great friendship chemistry for sure. He is a really great guy, and I would literally recommend him to anyone romantically because he's amazing. I don't entertain the thought of being with someone who is not of the same faith as me. It's just not something that's not going to ever happen in my life. But Levy is just an amazing person, and I'm really supportive of him in general because I think that he deserves all the success in the world. So, yeah, go and follow Levy on Instagram. Also, you guys should know that it's very hard for tour guides right now, and it's very hard to see because it's like between the pandemic and wars that we have here in Israel, and also sometimes like Levy will go into reserves, stuff like that. It's very difficult. So I'm trying to find different ways to support him in every way. So I'm counting on you guys to help my friend and support him. So if you aren't following Levy, go to Discover Israel Tour with Levy on Instagram. And if you guys know people that are coming to Israel, Levy will literally be the best tour guide you have ever met. So please go and do that. And I love it when I see you guys supporting my friends. Like I'm so grateful when you guys do that. So yeah, please go and do that. Go to Taloran. Not that he's a friend of mine necessarily, but he's a good guy too. Go to Josh, follow him as well. Go to Traveling, go to Insightful Nomad, and enjoy all of their content. Okay, let's see. I've talked a lot about all of that. If there is new type of content that you guys are interested in, let me know because I don't know. I don't know like if there's more subjects that we could actually do, and I'm not don't know how. Edward says, I want to go to Israel so badly. I'm disabled. I cannot talk and I cannot walk. I'm using a wheelchair. Please help me. Actually, if Edward, if you have seen the vlog that I did with Levy, I think it's in part 2. He actually talks about the fact that he does wheelchair friendly tours. Actually, let me just send you guys Levy's website, and I'm going to pin this. It's Levy Simon. Levy Simon does tours that are specifically catered to people with wheelchairs or families that have like someone in a buggy and stuff like that. So you can literally you can tour Israel in all these different like wheelchair friendly places, and that's definitely an option. So if you guys are thinking like I'd love to come but I have a disability, I can't walk, I need a wheelchair, stuff like that, there is a possibility. I know that Levy has done tours like this, and so feel free to check his website, inquire of him, and send people his way because it's literally not something that you will regret. Okay, moving on from that. You guys know how much I love my friends. I would rather you guys not write or add anything to this Google Doc. I opened it up to you guys so that you can see, but not so that you guys can write. So I would like it if no one would actually write. I'm just trusting you guys to be respectful. I'm just trusting here. Okay, platforms. Full disclosure, it took me a long time to even get on Instagram when I opened a YouTube channel. And so for me, it was very hard to be on any type of platform because in the year or two prior, I was dealing with a very difficult situation in which I had complex PTSD. You guys can search up what that means. And during the time where I was going through all of that, I was a social media manager in a marketing firm called With Love Internet. I was doing Sid Roth, It's Supernatural. I was doing their social media, and I was basically managing it. And I had to be, and I did miss also other stuff. I had to be on the apps all the time. And there were things that came up as far as like news goes, that were like bad news in my life. Why am I doing that? It was bad news in my life. Um, and it was all through social media. And so quite literally, when I would go on the apps, I would feel like I'm being punched in the stomach. Quite literally, like poof, and like I would spiral and feel nauseous, and like it was just an absolute nightmare, having to just go on the apps all the time when it was a source of bad news for me. And so I when I went to the States, I deleted my social media, and I didn't get back on it again until I opened my YouTube. And then I realized after a few months that if I want my YouTube to grow, I have to open something. And the only thing I was okay with opening was my Instagram. And I haven't really invested in it that much until the last few months, in which I've started to put out reels and then began to have more exposure. And so, really, um, a lot of the reason in which my YouTube is so small after 3.5 years, not that I'm not grateful for you guys, I'm grateful, but the reason it's so small is because I have been delaying its growth, in a sense, because my growth is delayed. My You can say my mental health or my well-being is delayed, and I've gone to therapy, and it should continue to go, to heal this part of me that my body remembers what it feels like, um, when I open social media. And so I'm wanting to get on Facebook properly and on TikTok once I'm done with this break. I don't know how it's going to look like. It's going to be a bit messy, but I know that it has the potential to grow my channel properly. And I just haven't done it till now. And so if I actually want this thing to grow, I need to be responsible to not be the one that delays its growth. So if you guys want to, um, you will be able to follow me on any one of those platforms. So Facebook, TikTok, and I'm trying to put out more reels and posts and stories so that I can actually give content on the daily. Um, so that, and then the last thing, is my message. I know that the way that I live my life is, we call it in Hebrew vahafta. Vahafta is and you shall love. Okay, so there's two vahafta. There's vahafta et Adonai Elohecha, like you love the Lord your God. Vahafta lerecha kamocha, you love your neighbor as yourself. And so for me, that is how I try to live my life. The most important thing to me is that I love God and I love people as I love myself. So that's both in the Old Testament, and then Yeshua shows that in the New Testament, and he says that those are the most important commandments of all. And then the other thing is John 15:13, which is basically that there's no greater love than one who lays down his life for his brother. And I don't know to say to you guys, um, just reading some of your comments, I don't know to say to you guys what the rest of it is or how it's defined. I know that if I put like something Israel related, it's showing the truth about Israel through the lens of peace. I don't even know how to describe it yet, but I know that there should be, um, there is a place in there that has to do with Israel, and probably also just a place that has to do with healing, right? for me, I've gone through a lot in my life, and it's important to me to share my journey of healing and the things that I've learned from that. And so I think it's sort of like a combination of things. So, what does love look like? Showing the truth about Israel through the lens of peace and healing together, I guess. Okay, that's basically it. I am going to reject all the requests for access because you guys already have it. I think that's basically it with this document. Okay, I've talked a lot during this hour, but I think you guys are understanding where I'm heading. There's a lot of changes that the vlog is going to undergo. There are some changes in my life that I'm going to undergo, and there's just some things on social media that are going to change. And that's what I have so far. That's what I have so far. This week has been incredibly helpful because when you're not on social media, you have the opportunity to sort of pause for a second and just think about how you want to do things. And so none of those things are set in stone, but this is sort of like what has come up in the last week. So yeah. Oh, I'm so tired. I edited the vlog of Levy and I going into. Oh my gosh, can I tell you guys about this? You guys are the first ones to know ish. So I told you guys that I hired Levy for All Israel News because I'm like, I want to travel for a living. I need to get a tour guide that can bring me to all these cool places that like literally no one goes. And Levy's like a master in like finding places. Okay. So basically we went to the cave where the Benjamites in the book of Judges, so Judges 19, 20, and 21, where they hid from the rest of the tribes of Israel. Wow, just spectacular. So first we went to Gibeah, like Gibeah, I think. It's another name for it is Tel El Ful, and it's where Saul would sort of have his like domain, if you will, and King Hussein of Jordan was building a palace there when that was like Jordanian territory. But because of the differences in the borders and everything that changed, it's now like a construction site that's never been, it's just sitting there. Okay. And so now you can sort of like go up on the top level, you can see like 360 degrees, all these different places. So you can see Ramallah, and you can see Mitzpeh, and you can see Jerusalem, and you're in Shafat, which Shafat is like East Jerusalem, and you can see Jordan, and it's just so spectacular. So we did that, and then we hiked down this mountain, which was very treacherous. Like he was apprehensive about bringing me to there, but I'm like, we're going because I need this footage and I want to go there. I was not prepared, let me tell you that. He didn't give me a hard time about it, but I was not prepared. Anyways, it was quite literally like there were parts in which like you had to like lower yourself down like between like a very narrow place and like with only the strength of your hands. There were parts where my feet couldn't like land properly, so I had to slide down and he would make sure that I didn't like fall down the mountain. Like there are parts where you're walking like on a ledge and it's quite literally like if you slip and make a wrong step, it's not fun. Anyways, it was the most spectacular like place. And then we went inside the cave. And first of all, it smells in there really, really bad because there's like there's bats, and you can smell the toxicity of them. Where's Bunny? Cuppy. He's on his back, so he's like that. Cappuccino. Hi, Bunny. You want to say hi? Oh, hi, Cuppy. Hi, Chino. Are you my best? Are you my best boy? Guppy. Oh, you're so cute, bunny. Sit, Guppy, sit. Sit. Sit, Chino. Sit. Sit, bunny, sit. Yes, it's a good boy. You guys can wait. How do I do this? I want you guys to see bunny. There we go. Anyways, so you go into this cave, okay? And there's bats, and also I guess the Bedouins bring like their goats and sheep in there, so there's like manure, like there's like basically crap all over the floor. But you walk in and there's just like tunnels upon tunnels upon tunnels, and you go in and there's like further tunnels that go below, and it's wow. Anyways, I think that you guys are going to absolutely love it, and that's what I did today. Like basically all day was edit this report for All Israel News. I don't know if to call it a report. Bye, Johnny. Johnny's going to sleep. Good night, Johnny. Thanks for being here. Anyways, I would love to do more of that type of content. It's just that you don't always have the opportunity to do it, right? But if they take this and it works, and I can pitch this like as a like a pilot, as a series, then I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm gonna bring you guys, like you guys will be able to see all these cool places, and so will I, which I'm so excited. Yes. Okay. I've talked a lot. I want to look at your comments because I've been just like focusing on talking, and let's talk. Xavier says just got a tarot card video commercial again. Is that from my channel? Did you get a tarot card video from my channel? Sarah says, what is your opinion of Rabbi Tovia Singer? Should I know who that is? You guys keep introducing me to all these people, and I'm like not sure who they are. Wait, maybe I'll see him and I'll know exactly who he is, but I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know who he is. I'm assuming that he's against us, but I'm not really sure. I don't know who he is enough to tell you if I agree with what he believes or not. I don't know. Let's see. Antoine says Tovia Singer is the most famous anti-Christian missionary. That's really funny because I literally didn't know who he is. Whoops. Anyways, Tovia fights with extreme online right wingers. Sounds like Tovia has like an interesting life. It's quite exhausting, like arguing with people online. Let me tell you that. I avoid it if I can. Every tongue shall confess. Is it James or Jamie? It's James, right? I'm sorry. You have to remind me of your name again. Hopefully it'll stick. I'd like to see you do something with Sergia and Rhoda. That could be very cool. I would love that. I'd love to meet them. I'd love to go to the cool places that they go. Yeah, that could be amazing. I love doing stuff like that. Jason, I'm sorry, Jason, like Jason Bourne. That's what I'll think. I have to associate it with something. Axis Kelly says getting into X more will grow your online skinaton, your online something. Yeah, I guess so. You know what? I told you guys before that I used to manage social media. Wow, it literally is a full-time job. Quite literally. If you guys think about the amount of time I invest, like just in a regular vlog per week, it's a full day of work. So technically, I could easily tell you guys that I probably work about 5 days a week on the vlog and on social media. Like if I actually um, like combine the time in which I work on things, it could easily come out to 5 days a week. And the only reason I'm able to do stuff like this is because I am a freelancer and I can be flexible with my time. It's the only reason. Um, Tiffany S. Tiffany, I love you. Sounds like God is speaking about what the path for is for your channel. It will get clearer and clearer. I love seeing your excitement. Thank you so much for that encouragement, Tiffany. I feel like that's true. I feel like I needed to rededicate the channel to God because He's the one that told me to open it, and I want to be responsible to give it back to Him. Either whatever it is, my success, my failure, my breaks, whatever it is, I need to give it back to Him and that He will do with it what He wills. But I also want to have the stamina in different ways of life to withstand if I actually have success. Some people, they have success and you can tell that it ruins them in different ways. It can ruin them in the sense that they only care about money. Their agenda is to be, I don't know, to just make money, to just be famous, and for me, those aren't good enough reasons. It's just not good enough. Um, for me, it has to be, building the kingdom of God or building people. And if it's not that, I quite literally do not want it. It will not be worth it for me. Um, I think that making money will be good. It will help maintain the fact that maybe I could do YouTube full time one day. Who knows? But it's not the main agenda for what it is that I do. If God told me to donate forever and ever, every single shekel that I made off of YouTube, I do it. Bunny, Cuppy, Cappuccino. He loves talking with me. Let's see. The Jewish fitness coach would be an awesome collab. I follow the Jewish fitness coach. He's very good at what he does, very good on social media. And I like his message of, encouraging people to, strengthen their bodies. And I think that's wonderful. Um, Bye, Robert Stringer. You're so kind to be here. Thank you so much. Atif. Hi, Atif. I'm so happy that you're here. Every single time I see your comments, I'm happy. You say born again, otherwise consequences is real. Every soul has a purpose, call, and give answer to Elohim. I agree with that for my life for sure. Maybe there are people here that aren't of the same faith as me, but I definitely believe that if I'm responsible for something, I will give like an account for it, and so it's important to me to be responsible for what I have. Um, let's see. Abe Lavery, Oriel, I believe your viewers would donate to them two worthy and righteous causes you spoke of. If you get to live super chat up or PayPal, also grow your channel. Yes, that's true. So here's what I might do. Here's the option. I understand that some people don't want to give to those things, or they don't agree with them, or they just want to give directly to me, and I can understand that. And so I put in my Instagram profile a link that's called Buy Me a Coffee. And so if people want to donate through there specifically to me, they can. Um, Again, it's not, I feel sort of, I always feel a bit weird saying it because I do have like a full-time job. It's not that this is the only thing that I do. This is not the main source of my income. But if someone wants to support it that way, all of it helps, because if you think about it, uh, it all helps, it all helps. And it's just very sweet of people to even want to. Um, Megan Webb, your little buddy Atlas says hi. Is he there? Megan, let me know when Atlas is there so I can actually say hi to him. If you guys don't know Atlas, I don't know Atlas personally. I've heard, I've seen that he's a pretty cool little dude, and that he's just a little sweetheart. Hi, Atlas. I'm so happy that you're here, little buddy. I'm sending you a big, big, big heart and a big, big, big hug. And I'm so happy that you're here. And I really hope that you're doing well. Everyone say hi to Atlas in the chat. So cool. Junior, I'd like to see you go grocery shopping. Oopsies. Like driving or walking there and going to the neighborhood park or your backyard would be cool, right? I'm assuming what you're saying, Junior, is that you just want to see me like live day to day life. And it's sort of funny because I don't have a car anymore. Public transportation here is really good. And so I take public transportation everywhere. And so I also don't really grocery shop anymore because the people in the house, I live in my parents' house with some of my siblings at age 34. You guys know the spiel. But they do the grocery shopping because they have a car. But I guess what you're saying is you just want to see me like out and about and doing life. And I do need to do that a bit more. I feel like I just need to sort of involve you guys a bit more. So that's something I'm taking into consideration, Junior. Thanks for saying that. Tiffany, I have prayed for you every day during your break, and I believe it will all come together. Tiffany, thank you. Also praying for you to see yourself in the same way we see you. Amazing, pure, loving, kind, strong, beautiful. That's so nice. I don't really have words, Tiffany, apart from saying thank you, because I feel like, technically we're all strangers on the internet, right? I haven't met you guys, but I feel like you guys are quite literally my family and friends, and thank you, Tiffany, so much. That's so nice. Really so nice. Let me just see other comments here. Actually, let me drink because water. I love this. Everyone's saying hi to Atlas. Someone I think asked before what it is that I do, or sort of like where my income is from. I think that was a question. So I am sort of a combination of things. I'm a freelancer, so I'm an independent journalist. I am a content creator for other clients. So there are clients that I translate for, like articles. There are clients that I do like copyright, so like ads for their company, like a jewelry company. Um, I've written vlogs in the past for other people, stuff like that. A bit less now. For Israel Today, I write 2 articles a month or 1 article a month, and I create reels for them. So reels for their Instagram. And then for there's like maybe random clients that'll have once in a while, but my main client is All Israel News. I'm an independent reporter. I'm a field reporter for them. And basically almost every video that you see that I create is my edit. So there might be some videos that I don't edit, like the All Israel Gems. Usually I don't edit that, apart from one time. But anytime there's a field report, I go report and I edit it myself and then I send it in. So that is sort of sorry, just reading a message. Lisa Love, I do have a buy me a coffee. You know what, guys? I'm gonna be brave with myself and just send you guys the Buy Me a Coffee link. I can't use PayPal anymore for some reason. They sort of kicked me off because I couldn't prove that I was me. But I feel so apprehensive. Okay, but you guys love me, so if you do want to support, here's a way. I'm not going to feel inferior about this. Thank you guys for anyone who wants to support. I'll just pin this link for whoever wants to buy me a coffee. Bunny, cappuccino. I don't have any SNACKs for him, because if I did, I would give and then we'd feed him together. But we're done with that. Anyway, so I work as a reporter for All Israel News, and that's sort of like the main bulk of my work. It could be that I will sign on for another news outlet, if you will. I need to see how much I can actually say about this. It's not anything confidential. It's just nothing is like, what's happening with my hair? Nothing is sure yet. There's an option for me to sign with another news outlet as an independent reporter, and it's sort of like a cameraman, reporter, producer, cameraman, producer, reporter vibe. And I sent in sort of my prices, and we'll see if something happens with it or not. I was sort of contemplating because I thought to myself, okay, how do I actually, because I'm an independent journalist, how do I manage both things well? So if they want me to be a field reporter, but yet All Israel News wants me as a field reporter, and sometimes I vlog, am I doing 3 of them? Is there a conflict of interest? So basically, we just sort of made sure between the 2 companies that they were both okay with it. And so if that happens, I will announce it somewhere. Just pray for grace, because it could be that my life is going to start becoming busy in different filming days. But honestly, I love it, because I feel like I'm meant for it. That's a funny thing to say for me, because I never thought I'd do this, but I feel like I'm actually meant for this. So yeah. Let's see. Someone says, you mentioned the Samaritans in a previous vlog, so why not do a vlog about Jesus's encounter with them, something about their traditions and scripts? You know what? That actually could be an option. I don't know if for a vlog, but maybe for a report. I have to see if I can actually go and do that with Levi. Actually, I might ask him if we actually do this this work collab. Then I might ask if we can go to actual Samaritans, that he'll bring me there. So we'll see if that happens, because it's actually hard for me to get to these places, guys. Without a car, it's a bit complex, and you don't really know where you're going. Some places are also a bit dangerous, and so you want to go with someone who like knows where they're going, and I'm not a person who knows where they're going. So maybe I'll see if that's an option. Access Kelly, you'd be surprised how far a foreign food YouTube short can go. Review falafel. That could be fun. I probably need to add a bit of fun into my vlogs. You know what? That's true. You know what, Access Kelly? I need to add things to my list, because for Israel Today, I create a lot of reels that are actually like fun reels and food reels. And I feel like I tend to land on the more serious side of life because of the nature of my job. But really, I also love just showing like interesting places to eat and cool things to do and fun Israel facts. And that's something that I feel like I used to do in the vlog, but life has become so serious because of war and because of, whatever, that I sort of stopped adding that. So adding fun things, this is why I wanted to talk with you guys, because I feel like it's bringing up important stuff. So I'm going to add this. Let's see. I don't even know where to add it. I guess in the content. To add fun, I need to see how it all combines, like the fun next to the serious. Like, I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Jason says, being able to show people places from the Bible gives us that visual that helps our faith grow, especially when we read our Bible and can visualize what it may have looked like. May have looked like. That's really helpful. I hope that I can go to more and more places. I definitely hope that I can go to more places. Abe says, eventually hope you would go overseas to big Jewish communities like Antwerp, Rotterdam, London, Manchester, etc. You would do great things breaking down stereotypes within Christianity and Islam. That could be very nice. I'd love to go abroad and do stuff like that. Let's see. Sarah says I-24 News English. No, it's not them. It's a news outlet from abroad. Actually, I'm not entirely sure that I-24 News would even accept a person like me. I feel like I'm not like a real journalist. I sort of just stumbled upon things, and maybe I could do a type of journalism, but I can't do all journalism. Access Kelly, gotta be shameless. That's probably something I need to do. Be proud of your work. Italian sis praying for more chutzpah for you. From a spicy meatball in the United States. I love that. I will take your advice. I will take that advice for sure. Sarah says, why don't you apply as a news correspondent for I-24 News English? Truthfully, I have heard that they don't actually pay that much. I get paid more for what I do. So it's not, don't know if it's entirely worth it for me to work there. Also, I've not been offered to work there. I don't know that I'm good enough to work there, truthfully. I think they have a standard of journalism that I can get by with what I do in specific places. But I-24 News is like news, and it's breaking news. And I think their standard is a bit different than what I can offer. Who knows? Tiffany says, I did get you a buy me a coffee last week. I hope you got it. Actually, I don't know if I ever got it. I'm assuming that it sends you an email if you get something, because as of now, I'm looking and I don't see anything, I don't think. Actually, I do see it. Ah, I didn't even know that happened. Thank you. That is so sweet. I don't want to, I feel funny about it, but thank you. I will read your thing in a bit. I didn't even know. I don't know why I didn't like send an email or something, or if I need to pay attention to it on the thing. I just assumed it would send me an email if something ever happened. But thank you, Tiff. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. Thank you so much. Curtis asks, what percentage of people in Israel are Christ believers? So you have 20,000 Messianic Jews, meaning Jews who believe in Yeshua, that go to a local congregation. As far as like Christians that come from abroad to study, to work, to volunteer, stuff like that, it's in the thousands, but I don't remember how much. Let's see. People are talking a lot about food. I've been in sort of survival mode. I've just like, okay, guys, living at home. It's I'm here because I'm trying to get out of like just the debt that I'm carrying, and that's taking a bit of time. Every single month I put towards it, but it's not going as fast as I want. When you live at home and you don't have your own kitchen or your own bathroom or your own space, this is my space. This is my little world. What you see behind me. I feel sort of like the kitchen is not my own. I feel like the decisions of like what to make and how to eat, like it's not mine, it's my mom's. I'm not thinking right now about food too much. I'm just sort of like in survival mode, like just get up and work and do things, and I just sort of eat whatever is healthy. So yes, I should. I think if I lived in my own house, that I'd probably do a bit more things with food because I used to do that. I used to do that in the vlog. Any plans to visit the US again? Right now, I don't have the money to go to the US. It'd be nice. I would go and visit my friend Peyton, and I'd go and visit my friend Amanda, and that would be so nice to be able to do. Um, but tickets are so expensive right now. Like I have heard that it's literally around 2,000 something dollars, 10,000 shekels or whatever, like to get from here to somewhere in the States. I don't have that money. Any money I make now, it goes straight back into the debt. Um, Also, for you praying people, do you guys want a lawsuit update? So basically, the name of my, what did I say and what did I not? Basically, the building that I was living in was dangerous to live in. I think you all sort of gathered that. The municipality is suing the landlords. And in order for me to win my case, I need to basically what's what the problem is right now is that my landlord is not included in the list of those being sued by the municipality. I think that the name of the apartment is in the name of someone like his wife's family or something. So not him. Nonetheless, I still need to win this case. It's been being dragged on. And just pray that I have wisdom because this guy stole my money. He stole money that my dad gave me. And that's not acceptable. And so, and he also put my life in danger, this man. I've forgiven him. I have prayed for him. And I don't hold anything against him, but he needs to be held accountable. He is unrepentant and he has zero regrets, meaning the same dangerous building that I lived in, he continues to publish and post so that people can live there with my photos, from the apartment when I lived there. So this person is not a just man, and he's also sued me for money, which is insane. How a person can do that, like quite literally zero shame, right? So I just need, if you guys are praying people, pray that I will win. I will win this lawsuit. I need to resubmit the lawsuit. It's a very long story why, but I need to resubmit it with the new information that I have about the municipality suing the owners of the building, different landlords in the building. So that's sort of, if I win that, I will also be able to take that money and put it towards the debt and sort of get out of it sooner than later. So if you guys can pray for that situation, I will be very grateful. I have something in my eye. Yeah, that case is not done. It's not done. It's being dragged on, but I'm not giving up because I believe that that I need to win this. Uh, yeah, this guy is not a good guy. Not a good guy at all. Right, Bunny? Cuppy! Cappuccino! He's the sweetest little baby. Bye, Jason. I'm so happy that you were here. Thank you for your time. Very happy that you stopped by. Sarah says that landlord is a con artist and will keep on stealing from other tenants. Yep, he will keep on stealing, and I just can't believe that people like that exist. Really, it's just zero value for other people's lives. Quite literally that. Am I comfortable saying how much my debt is? I think so. Let me think how much it is now. I am. Let me think. Okay, so there's a new situation in which so we have something called like not social security. Is it social security? National security, social security, whatever it is. It's when we were all during the pandemic, we were on furlough, a lot of us, and I didn't know that while you're on furlough, you're not allowed to go abroad. So I was technically receiving money from the state when I quote unquote wasn't supposed to get that, but they kept on giving that money, and I didn't know that that wasn't like okay. So years later, this was during the pandemic. Okay, years later, they're suddenly like, we gave you all this money, and you shouldn't have ever gotten that money, which was 35,000 shekels. Hey Google, how much is 35,000 shekels in US dollars?
35,000 Israeli new shekels is approximately $10,551.79.
Okay, so $10,500 is what they said that I owed them after like 4 years of not saying anything to me. And then they're like, hey, because you haven't like paid this, if you don't pay this by XYZ amount of time, you owe another 5,000 shekels. So all of a sudden, I was overnight, apart from the debt that I was trying to get out of, 40,000 shekels in debt, which is a lot. It is way too much for anyone to just pay that off. And anyways, it's just I think about it and I'm like, I got a lawyer that's helping me for free, basically, to sort of fight it off and sort of just help me figure out if I can reduce it to as much as possible. So that's something that's sort of hovering over my head. And you have to send all these things again and again and again to sort of like get that case. So that I'm just hoping that they reduce it. I'm just really, really hoping they reduce it. So there's that. And then I'm paying off a loan of 40,000 shekels, in which I've paid basically half of it or something like that. I think I've paid almost half of it. So I have about 20,000 shekels more to go. I took that loan out for my business, basically, because my business wasn't making it. I went into debt. It was getting a bit too much. And so I took out this loan so that I can actually live. And so I'm paying off that. And then I took personal loans. And so I owe another, let's see, 4,000, 8,000. Like another 16,000 or something like that. No, less, like 12,000. So it's quite a lot. I've never been so much in debt in my life. So yeah. I don't mind people knowing that I'm in debt. It's just like that happens in life. I'm not an irresponsible person. It's just that life somehow turned out like that. I'm not a spender. I'm frugal. I am generous with people, but I'm not like a spender. Like I don't have, I don't know. And so I'm doing the responsible thing now, living at home so that I can get out of that debt proper and then sort of live life and build it that way. Um, so yeah, I'm in quite a lot of debt. Quite a lot of debt. I would love to not be in debt anymore because it's been hard. Also specifically like before when my business sort of like wasn't making it, or there was promise of it making it, then the client would cancel and I wouldn't get that gig. And like you take a lot of risks when you have a business, right? As a freelancer. And so yeah, I took the risk, and I knew that it could lead me to a place in which I would go into debt. But yet I thought if I just continue and I don't give up and I don't go back to doing what I did before, I will make it. And so now I have made it, but now I'm just sort of playing catch up. So yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty transparent with, like, you guys saw, like I just showed you guys how much I made on YouTube. Not that it's like a lot, But I don't know. I see money as one, just a means to living, right? But to give, money is to have and to give, and it's to rebuild people and to build the kingdom of God. And so I just see money as the practicality that it is for that. So if you guys want to, you can pray for my debt, that it'll be reduced to the point where it is not. Then I'll be the head and not the tail, and I can give and give and give and give, and it'll just be wonderful. So, yes. I am getting a bit tired because it's 12:30 a.m. my time, and I've been trying to make an effort to not go to sleep at like 2. So this is also something that I'm like needing to be accountable for, right? Like going to sleep on time, waking up on time, eating on time, and not being in this sort of like survival mode sort of feeling. Also, do you guys want to see my little other nephew? So I have 2 nephews, right? I have Levi, and then I have this little baby munchkin. His name is Gabriel, and he's the cutest baby. Look at that. Look at that baby. This is in our kitchen. He's so sweet. He's feeling a little bit lost and a little bit overwhelmed. And that's little Levi over there, little Lugi. Look at him. He has blue eyes. That might change. Neither one of his parents have blue eyes. And then this is him again. Just being a cute little baby. Isn't he so cute? So sweet. Yes. Anyways, I know that a lot of you guys have to go as well. I'm just reading the last of your comments. Tiffany says the enemy seem to have a plan to steal a lot from you financially. We bind the enemy from taking any more. And I ask, I'm praying your prayer as well, and I ask God to have the enemy replace 100-fold. Amen. I hope that I can give so much. That'd be so nice. Yes, to clear all of the debt. Forgiven much, loving much. Also, I know what scripture that is based on, and I love that that's your name. That's beautiful. Set up Buy Me a Coffee and we can help. That's really nice of you. I just pinned up a Buy Me a Coffee at the top of the chat. So thank you guys. And also, Tiffany, I'm so sorry that I didn't notice that you gave. I was literally expecting an email. Just like as if it like sends you an automatic email to let you know that something happened. Maybe I have to set that up myself, but just wanted to say thank you. Bye, Dr. Larry. Peace out. And thanks for your encouragement. Gonna make a steak salad. Access Kelly. That's so nice. Enjoy your steak salad for on behalf of all of us. Hi, Brother Vet. I feel like you just got on and I'm just leaving. Bye, Stefan. Have a good night. Guys, I love you so much. So very much. Our Ornelius? Good night, Oriel. Give all the kitties a special petting from us. I will, for sure. I see you have a cat in your profile. That's really cute. Xavier says, check Psalm 49. I will do that. That seems to be a good idea. Okay, guys, I love you so much. You guys are really, really sweet to me, and I don't even know how to describe to you guys how much I love you. Yeah, I really don't know how to describe. Martina says to put the link in my description of my YouTube uploads. You are right. I need to do all of that. That's a good idea. Bye, Juan and Franciscus and Brother Vet, the listener. I love that, the listener. And bye, Stefan. Just sticking around a bit to just say goodbye to everyone. Bye, Sarah. You're like an angel. You're a sweet angel. I love this. Bye, John and Antoine. Do you guys want to see Bunny for the last time? Let's go to Bunny. Cappuccino. Cooper bunny. Where's my bunny? Guys, this is literally what I do. I just make a pillow out of him. He's purring. You guys can't hear it, but he's purring. He's so soft. He's like a soft little pillow. Cuppy? Cappuccino? Sometimes he answers me and it's so nice. He's very talkative. Right, bunny? Oh, do you want to show us your belly? Oh, yes. Look at him. Sometimes he likes belly rubs and sometimes he, I don't know, he gets a bit funny. Oh, like that. Just sort of need to know what mood he's in. Do you like belly rubs, Cuppy? He's like slightly annoyed, I can tell, because he's doing this with his tail. Mwah. Mwah. Anyways, we love ending the chat with Bunny. Chris is saying, how about for content, a Hebrew phrase or word you could teach us? And it could relate to your theme or mood or world events or the moment. I feel like you'd be an excellent teacher. I don't know that I'd be an excellent teacher, but maybe I'll teach you guys a phrase right now that we can sort of use in the vlog or just when we say goodbye. Usually we say good night here, right? Oh, hi, Bunny. So in Hebrew, night is Laila, and then good is Tov. So Laila, Tov. Hey, JD already got it. Right, there you go. So yeah, Laila Tov Kulam. Kulam is everyone. Kulam. So like Kulam. Kulam. Laila Tov Kulam. I love this. The people are saying good night. Right, Cuppy? Gino? He's purring, but he's also ignoring me. I love this, guys. So yeah, maybe we can say that. Laila Tov Kulam. He feels so safe. He really doesn't have any fear. Bunny, do you have no fear, no shame? Okay, guys, I love you so much. It's a quarter to 1 a.m., so I should probably go to sleep. Bunny is in nesting mode waiting for me. He's so nesting. Martina K says, Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov means good week. Shavua Tov to you as well. Okay, guys, if I don't go to sleep now, I feel like I won't go to sleep. I probably should. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping me understand what to do with content. And again, thank you guys so much for all of your support. I feel like the most loved person. And that's us. We've been talking for almost 2.5 hours. Like it's nothing. Ah, you guys are the best. Okay, I will see you guys next week. I will probably do a vlog that has something to do with like my content break and what I've learned and what I'm actually going to do in the end. So yeah, look forward to that. And I'll publish also the different platforms that I'm going to join. So TikTok, Facebook, stuff like that. Okay, bye guys. Say bye to Bunny. Okay, bye.